What's good, YouTube? Welcome to my first video, my first official video. I've been planning on and practicing making content for a while now, but I was just getting way too caught up thinking about all the ins and outs and, making excuses to not start. And I woke up, I realized, I'm really not getting any younger. Every day I wake up, my knees and my back, they hurt a little more. So we gotta get this show on the road, I gotta get the ball rolling. I know I want my videos and my channel to do at least two things. I know I want them to be entertaining, and there's gotta be something that you could take away from them. And a lot of the dilemma was figuring out how I'm gonna do all of that and not lose my career. I'm not gonna lie, I got a dark mind, and a lot of the creative stuff I want to express, I feel like I gotta nerf it a little bit, because I don't want to mix too much of it into this side of things yet. But long story short, in 2 years, I'm not gonna be a physician or anything, but I will have the title doctor in front of my name, because if this doesn't work out, that's the backup plan. And toning it back for the camera shouldn't be a problem. It was just a matter of spending too much time figuring out exactly how I'm gonna do everything. But I realized I just gotta get started and let the pieces fall into place. So in order to make starting off a little bit easier for myself, I decided to choose fitness content because I've been active my whole life. It just comes naturally to me, and I know there's a lot that I can teach other people. I'm always getting questions, so I figured, why not? I started doing boxing and mixed martial arts at the age of 4, and later on I started playing football, I did track, basketball, and I've been weightlifting since 14. I'm 23 right now, so it's been 9 years, so I could learn you a thing or two. So I just finished up with all the important stuff I gotta do for the day, got all the adulting out of the way, so now it's time to play. So I'm gonna take y'all along for this back and bicep workout, give you a few pointers, tips and tricks, and yeah, let's get into it. But before I even think about lifting anything, I gotta make myself a protein shake, because at this point it's like 4 o'clock and my calorie intake is in the single digits, so we gotta fix that. Sometimes I like to do faster workouts, but it's gotta be right when I wake up, because if it's not, I'm gonna be in there moving like a corpse. So we started off with almond milk. Now I'm gonna throw in some collagen. It's a great supplement to take for joint health, which is, for obvious reasons, very important when you're lifting heavy. The serving size is a tablespoon. I trust myself enough to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exact, but you definitely want to make sure not to go overboard. I actually OD'd on collagen one time, and I'm telling you, I thought it was a wrap. Like, I thought I was finished. I'll spare you guys from the details. All I'm gonna say is it felt like I had dark matter sitting in my stomach. But anyways, the next thing we're throwing in is the meat of the shake, the protein powder. I'm really not picky when it comes to protein powder. I've been using this one for like the last year or two. It's 30 grams per scoop, tastes pretty good, and I get a decent discount on it, so. I am throwing in 2 scoops, which is something I've been doing less often just to cut down on cholesterol. A lot of the time I'll use a scoop of whey protein and then throw in a scoop of plant protein, even though it tastes like mold, just to make a better protein to cholesterol ratio. Like I said earlier, I barely eaten anything today, so I couldn't really care less. In the winter, when it was freezing cold, I was saying we need to step the global warming up. But now that it's hot as ice spice videos outside, I take back what I said. I've been getting my ass whooped by this heat and humidity, so we need to take better care of the environment, and I need to put some ice in this protein shake, because having a heat stroke on the way to the gym is not the most optimal way to start your workout. Then you put your top on, shove your banana in, then shake it up like you're trying to give a baby CTE, and now we're good to go. So fast forward to the gym. I normally like to start my back days with a combo of lat pull downs and pull-ups, specifically on the cable lat pull down machine, but since I got to the gym at the busiest part of the day and you damn near need a reservation to get on anything, I just settled for this one. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for sharing the space and respecting other people in the gym. But when I see someone wasting space and time on a machine I'm trying to use, I get a little. And those people are lucky, because on God, if it wasn't for this right here, oh, I would be doing y'all like. Yeah. But it's whatever, this machine got the job done. And I'm sure you'll notice throughout a lot of my workouts, I like to alternate between different grips and ways to position myself, because doing so will kind of force you to change your range of motion and make the muscles contract in different ways that are good for growing different parts of the muscle. So I just like to make sure I hit it from every angle that I can. So we're gonna start off with some slow and controlled wide grip lat pull down. This allows me to keep most of the tension in my lats, which is the muscle you're targeting when you want to build a wider back. So it's easy to remember: wide grip, wide back. And then to put more of an emphasis on the middle of my back, we're gonna switch it up and move on to a narrow grip pull down. This is gonna make sure my traps and my rhomboids are working a lot harder than they were with the wide grip. A lot of the time I'll actually superset the two. I'll do one form until failure, and then I'll switch over to the other one and do, as many reps as I can. Other times I'll just do a bunch of sets of one and then a bunch of sets of the other. Either way, I get a pretty solid pump. The ideal number of sets to do is really gonna vary from person to person. Someone that's fairly new in the gym, their lats might be spent after 3 or 4 sets. But for me personally, I'll probably go through maybe 6 to 8 sets before I feel like I've hit my lats enough. Really depending on how many other lat exercises I have planned for the rest of the workout. Now that my back's feeling nice and juicy, we're gonna move on to a lat pullover. But as I do that, I'm just gonna throw in a little disclaimer. The ideal workout for me most likely isn't the ideal workout for you. So when you're watching these, don't just straight up copy what I do, but just learn more about the workouts as a whole and then apply what you can use to move yourself closer to your own goals. Like I said, I've been in the gym for 9 man. I'm sitting here trying to record with this cat that keeps attacking me in these plants. Lucky she's cute. If she gets away, yo. All right. See, you're cut off. Your time has come, honey. Time to say goodbye. That's too much havoc. Gotta put you up. But yeah, as I was saying before I got clawed in the nuts, I've been in the gym for almost a decade, so really 6 sets for me for most exercises really isn't a big deal. But for you, it might be overkill. You might be adding a lot of junk volume and just wasting your time. And I tailor my workouts to myself. I go crazy on certain exercises, or I avoid some exercises because there's some muscles I want to grow more than others. So following my workout plan isn't going to be the best way to go for everyone. Probably not going to be the best way to go for most people. I know a lot of y'all out there are trying to grow that dump truck. Me, personally, I'm trying to do the exact opposite. I'm trying to get rid of my shit. Y'all don't understand. It's been a struggle. When I tell you, I've been getting sexually harassed and, I've been getting sexually harassed and assaulted by my friends for years because of the straight, size and shape. Man, it's damn near impossible to find pants that fit right. Jeans are an eternal struggle, especially you wearing skinny jeans. It's just tough. Man, I had enough. I want no parts. I'm be the first person in history to get an ass reduction surgery, a DBBL, and a BBR, a Brazilian butt reduction. I don't know. I'm making it happen. I'm donating it. I can't do this anymore. So yeah, with that being said, if you guys have any questions for me, definitely drop them down in the comment section. With it being my first video, I'm definitely gonna see them all. So as hard as it is to find time between school, work, and everything else that comes along in life, I am planning on doing what I have to do in the near future to become a personal trainer. So if I know the answer or have any tips, I'll let you know. And if not, I'll be happy to look into it for you because it'll help me learn at the same time. So right now I'm just banging out some one-arm bent over dumbbell rows. Not really my favorite row variation, kind of mid if you ask me. My favorite is the seated row, but it was being used, so we're just putting up with these for now. I do like it a lot better than the standard bent over row, with a barbell. Mostly because when the weight starts to get high enough, it puts a lot of strain on my lower back and it takes a lot of my focus away from the part of my back that I'm actually trying to work on, so not my favorite. And I try not to go too hard on my lower back because of old football injuries. It'll start giving me problems if I do, and I'll be crippled for the next few days. So I almost never deadlift. Actually, I can't remember the last time I've done any deadlifts. I squat pretty often, but I don't go too heavy because after a certain point it gets to be too much. I have a belt I just need to get a better one. The one I have, honestly, I feel more secure just wrapping a t-shirt around my waist and calling it a day. So I don't even bother bringing it to the gym. I don't even know where it is, actually. Whatever about that, I'm not trying to think about leg day when it's not leg day. So about to move on to, for me personally, one of the most satisfying back exercises, the seated row. These are a couple of my later sets. In the beginning, my form is a lot more strict. I flex my core, tie my stomach, but I'm not really moving my lower back at all. I'm not rocking back and forth. Leaning forward and leaning back as I'm rowing does open up my range of motion, but it forces me to recruit my lower back a lot more than I want to. It's not the part of my back I want to focus on for this workout, trying to target the muscles that are higher up. You can also change the area of focus on your back by changing the angle that you're pulling from. So for example, if you wanted to target your upper back, like more of your trap, you could tense your shoulders upwards and pull up at the same time that you're pulling back. And then if you want to target the middle of your back, you can depress your shoulders, roll them back, and engage your lats to help keep your arms down, and then focus on like pulling like down or more like parallel to the ground as you're going backwards. So for my last few sets of these, I'll start off as heavy as I can while keeping a decent form with a decent number of sets, and then I'll drop the weight and just go until pretty close to failure. All right, so change of plans. I'm not gonna lie, when I started recording this video, it was like the end of August, and now it's already 2024, like it's January. So yeah, it's crazy how fast time flies with everything going on, like this semester, work, life, drama, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna basically just take y'all through what I shut up, Lester. I'm gonna take y'all through the end of the workout, and then catch y'all up with everything that's been going on and my plans for the near future. So as far as competing, I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be getting on stage. My last year of school is basically just like a year of internships that are each a month long with like a month off here and there, but I don't know when those are gonna be, so I gotta see exactly how that lines up. I was gonna shoot for August 2024, but yeah, we gotta see what the schedule's looking like first. And for the next workout here, we're gonna get into some reverse delt flies. So with these, I like to do a couple of different variations to hit the back of my shoulders, like the rear delts more. I like to push down with my hands while I'm like lifting my chest up in the air as I'm going through the motion. And then when I want to target my traps more, I lean forward and then get more of a squeeze in the middle. Yeah, ideally, I'd like to do a show towards the end of one of those months that I have off. I've never been shredded enough to be like stage ready, but when I was as lean as I was, the brain fog was bad. Like I was running on fumes. So it'd be great to have the worst part of prep when I'm basically on vacation, so to speak. So yeah, once that schedule gets figured out, I'm gonna be looking for, I don't know what organization, whatever natural bodybuilding show in New England is gonna be, a good fit for around that time. And I feel like I could do pretty well in men's physique, but the bodybuilding category, or like as classic physique, is like my favorite. So bodybuilding would be like the category for me. I don't really like the posing behind men's physique. It's just not as fun. So yeah. And on back day, I usually do at least like one or two more row or pull down movements, but I'm pretty sure for this workout, I think the gym was closing soon, and I had to go to the grocery store, and they were closing pretty soon because I got here pretty late, so I had to cut it a little short. I finish basically every back day with a circuit. I like to do a lot of bicep curls and then a lot of forearm work at the same time. So I grabbed one of these bars where I could hit like a variation of different curls and different movements for my forearms, just to kind of like burn everything out before I hit cardio or just head out for the day. I'm not gonna lie, I usually just head out, but I'm trying to get more consistent with my cardio, but y'all know it's a struggle. I'm gonna have time to get in a little posing, so we're gonna get into that. I'll take you guys on a little mini grocery trip, give you a diet hack or two, and do some more babbling. It's interesting because over like finals week or like the last month, I basically went like probably around like 3 weeks without working out, and felt like I got pretty small, like I fell off pretty bad. So like recently, I've been feeling like my physique was like a lot behind what it was like towards the end of the summer. But now I'm looking at these videos, like I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell. It's hard to keep track. Body dysmorphia is definitely real, but I feel like I might look better. I don't know. I think I definitely lost a few pounds, but it's hard to tell. I'll throw in like a recent posing video and let y'all be the judge. But yeah, I mean, if y'all made it this far, definitely hit the subscribe button. Got some fun stuff coming up soon. Finishing up this video so I can get ready to make another one for the cruise I'm going on. And then we also got a Japan trip coming up later on this year. And then any suggestions you have, like, let me know. Definitely looking for stuff to do. So most of my sets weren't recorded here, but pretty sure this was the last one because that last one was pretty bad. Arms pretty dead. But yeah, let's get into this posing. More of the same stuff over here. I just moved to this corner because I thought the lighting was gonna have me looking crispy, but I was wrong. Just kind of drowned everything out. But yeah, I don't know. I can't put my finger. I think I have put on size since then, but I was also leaner here. But I feel like I also weighed more here. I don't know. My body's weird. But yeah, I definitely made progress after this. But like that last month of school when I was barely in the gym, definitely fell off a bit. So it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, I've been getting back to it over break now the last few weeks, but it's still hard to like compare the two. But I guess it doesn't really matter. The important part is that I just focus on where I am now and what I have to do to get better from here. It is good to look back though. Like a lot of the time when I look at myself day to day, I don't really feel like I'm making much progress. But then when I look back to like 6 months or like a year ago and I see how much like all the hard work has been paying off, it really helps keep me motivated. So Alright, here's a recent update for the comparison. Got a juicy chest pump earlier before I went to work today. It's like early January. So yeah, I feel like, honestly, yeah, comparing the two, I think the issue was I was comparing myself without a pump to myself with a pump in the videos before. But I mean, looking at my back, like no back pump, it looks comparable, maybe even better than the videos that we just went through. And then my chest and like arms, it's not even like a comparison. Well, I mean, it is. I look pretty similar, but I don't know. The angles, pumps, and outlines are different in each video. I feel like my legs have definitely gotten better, and my overall like outline has gotten better, but I also weigh less, but my body fat percentage has gone up. So, I mean, I think it has, well, I don't know. Honestly, nothing makes sense, whatever. I like my physique right now. I'm in a good spot. Just got to keep adding brick by brick, and yeah. So on to the mini grocery haul. I'm not even like shopping for myself here for real. I wasn't even gonna make it part of the video, but my mom sent me to the store, so I was like, all right, I might as well just added some stuff while I'm here. And I don't even have a diet hack or anything for these aloe drinks. They just taste good. You just need to try them. You need that in your life. The Bolt House Farms vanilla chai tea is used to bust. I mean, it's still good, but I think they changed the recipe or something so it don't taste the same. And then pistachios. These are my favorite nuts outside of my own. I like to keep them in my car or in my bag so I can eat them like around the day. Or also like in the middle of a workout, pop a few pistachios, like Goku popping some sensu beans, and they give me life. And this Oikos yogurt right here is goated. Tastes pretty good amount of protein, basically no fat, low cholesterol, so it's great in a cutting context or just really whenever. People call me crazy or gross for this one. I couldn't care any less. I'll straight up buy a carton of raw egg whites and drink it. I mean, look at these macros. No fat, no carbs, 5 grams of protein per serving. I mean, you literally can't beat that ratio. No cholesterol. Like, this is God tier. It is pasteurized, which basically means it's heat treated with the intention of killing bacteria. So the risk of you getting like salmonella from it, I don't know if it's zero. Hasn't happened to me. Apparently it's pretty low. I don't know what they are, but for those macros, I'm taking that risk every time. And I'm telling you, it's a great diet hack. Like, it's even easier than a protein shake. There's no scooping, no mixing, no none of that. Just open it, drink it, gains. Simple. I'm sure you guys will realize pretty fast my diet is far from perfect. Like, I know a lot of what I should do and should eat and should avoid, but a lot of the time I don't do it because with my metabolism, like, I really never had to care. And I love food. I'm a food fiend. I have become a lot more health conscious over the last few years in regards to my diet, and have made adjustments, but yeah, like I said, so far from perfect. So take what good advice I have, but don't necessarily just do what I do. So anyways, here I am making 5 burgers at like 1 a.m. The original plan was to just eat like 3 and then save the other 2 for the next day or whenever, but I made a single and a double burger, crushed both of them. I still wanted more, so I made a 4th one, and I'm like, we can't just leave one burger by itself. Like, it's not, it's not enough. So I just ate the 5th one just to get it out of the way, and yeah, that was that. So the rest of this video might as well serve as the outro. Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely appreciate your time. Make sure that you stay tuned in because I'm going to be getting as swole as possible. Basically bulking until it's time to cut to get ready for the show, whenever that may be, once we figure it out. But yeah, it's going to give you guys a little more food corn to wrap the rest of the video up, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's not half a year from now.